the days of our lives. These are the days of our lives. You live in yours, I live mine. Take that bitch, break that bitch, stack your chips. They say we living like savages.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Brother to Brother podcast, season 2,
Back.
episode 26, with your boy JG and my brother.
Sure.
And this is the Brother to Brother podcast.
Yes, sir, man. We back. We back. We back. Ain't that what they say? We back.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Everybody been asking for us to pick back up, get back to it. It means a lot to have people constantly asking, man, when y'all gonna start back up? When y'all gonna start back up? I'll be like, look, man, we got a lot of different stuff going on, on both ends. We coming back for sure. That's what I always had to tell people. We're coming back. Just relax. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get there. But yeah, feel good to be back, man.
Feels great. Feels good to be back. And I was just looking on the on our Anchor channel.
Yeah.
603 total streams. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's to me that's dope as hell. You know what I mean? Because I didn't think, if we're being all the way honest, right? I know we think very big ourselves, very, very highly of ourselves. I didn't think that many people
was listening.
Our inner circles, you know what I'm saying, deal with on a day-to-day basis. But that number, I feel like signified a lot. And obviously some episodes had way more plays than others. Hey, y'all getting it started early. Come on now. Cut it out.
We back.
They back, y'all. They back too. We even got an extra one now.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Just to see that number, it was tight. It's dope to see. So we appreciate y'all. Like Brett said, it does feel good to have people demand it. You know what I'm saying? So we here. We here.
Yeah, man. It feel real good. And to be honest, like, the main thing that I'm sure you kept getting, much as what I was getting, was like, man, everybody in the house, y'all gonna, this is the time y'all should be pushing it. And I just kept telling people, you're gonna continue to be in the house. Because what we're in right now is times that's unprecedented. And I don't mean that just to throw out a big word, but it's like, yo, you're not going to have a moment in your lifetime that will equal this. It probably won't get to this degree ever again. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully. But when you're in those times, you got to be mindful of the moves that you make. And a lot of it for me was making sure that the household was straight. We had a lot of different things going on in the world, but we could not neglect what needed to be done inside the house and the preparation that needed to be done in terms of protecting ourselves, in terms of protecting our future, in terms of preparing, the children for their next, ordeal in life. So it was a lot of stuff being done, man, that we was making sure that we fine tune in terms of the household, buying different equipment so that we can make sure that we put out our own products, you know what I'm saying, securing the children's future in terms of making investments and stock moves and making sure that they got different college saving funds, and not just funds that you can only use for college, but that's a whole nother conversation. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of different things was happening throughout the year, and a lot of it was positive. We spoke about it, bro, earlier in the pandemic, and I was like, bro, I just want to be able to get out of this pandemic and be able to say that everybody is healthy. And thus far, while we're in the second wave, I've been blessed to be able to say that. Like, we got literally we were enclosed with people who had COVID. You know what I'm saying? Like um, relatives then had it. We had the closest neighbors to us. All three of them, all three households caught it. Nobody in this house caught it. You
Yeah.
know, so it's so for me, I just look at it and just be like, man, that's that's my creator at work, protecting this household, protecting, making this home a real sanctuary where we don't have to worry about those things. And of course, we did our best, as parents to enclose the children and make sure that anybody that came in and out, did the proper things to be safe and healthy and wasn't bringing them back. So while it's been a worrisome year, it's also been many blessings that's been upon us. And I know I'm rambling off a lot, but shit, man, we back. Fuck you, it's our show.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's what the platform's for. Shit, we gonna run it how we gonna run it. But yeah, just to piggyback a little bit off of that, and then we'll jump into what it is. You feel me? Um, it's just, boy, it's crazy right now, and it was a joke at first, right? When a nigga like, this the new normal, ha ha ha. You feel me? This shit looking, you know what I'm saying? This shit looking more and more realistic to where like, like this, at least for the time being. You know what I mean? It might be another year, y'all. I'm just but we'll touch on that. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Just when I think of little things like that, man, it used to be a joke. Now I feel like people have to take it more serious. Like, look how far it's drug on, and look where we're at with it. So without, you know what I'm saying, going any more into that, brother, I'll give you the floor. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, well, I think you you touched on one of the first topics that we wanted to discuss, which was like excuse me, you touched on one of the first topics we wanted to discuss, which was how much longer um do we see this pandemic lasting. And for me, I'll say this: we're in the second wave. I think the first big wave we caught when everybody shut down things was March 16th or 17th, something like that, right? So they allowed us to kind of get out the house around September-ish, I think. So that was probably like 6 months later. If I'm, and then they're making us go back in the house now. So if I'm looking at it from that time frame, I can probably say that we're gonna be in the house until maybe about summer. The restrictions will probably continue to be upheld until about summer, but we will be dealing with this for the next year at least. And in particular in the media will make it an emphasis at least for the next year. But going into 2022, nobody in the media and nobody in any or any party or in anybody in the new administration will want to continue to press the issue of COVID, because it just won't look good if you're going into a whole new year and we're still dealing with those similar things that we've been dealing with. So I would say, you feel me, going into summer, we still gonna be in the house, and then we'll be dealing with it in the media and around the world for probably about the next year. And I'm aiming for summer, because we got big plans for July 4th. So and not because it's Independence Day. Fuck that. That's not what we're talking about. But you know what I'm saying. But we got some things that we got to take care of on July 4th. So I'm hopeful that it'll end. The kind of stay-at-home order will be loosened by about the summer, but we'll be dealing with it for the next year at least.
I hope, man. I'm like, going back to what I said in the beginning. You feel me? The whole joke, the running joke. You feel me? I don't know. Hopeful that it's over. You know what I'm saying, in the next year, but I just feel like there's still so much unknown. We got this vaccine that got people still very suspect. You know what I'm saying? But I don't.
Hey, bro, can I ask you a question? I'm not a doctor. You're not a doctor.
Yeah.
How can you come up with a vaccine when you don't even have a way of treating people yet? There isn't a scientific method put together to treat people, but we have a vaccine for what can't even be treated inside of a hospital. Now, I just wanted to ask you that. I know you're not a doctor. I'm not a doctor, but that.
Hey, if there is, I haven't heard of anything. I haven't heard of anything. But I've heard of a vaccine for some shit that 6 to 8 months ago, motherfuckers didn't know nothing about. So that, but you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, man. I don't know. Hopeful, very hopeful that it could maybe be a year, and that'd be the long end of it. But I don't know, brother. This shit got me. I'm gonna be real with everybody. All right, America. I'm gonna be real with everybody. I was one of those people. It was a joke to me in the beginning. I thought it was a hoax. I was like, this shit gonna be over in a minute. Like they trying to do some other shit over there. You feel me? But the media kept still doing what media do. You feel me? People kept doing what people do, and COVID didn't go nowhere. So where usually if it's just one of those things that disappear, this motherfucker's still here. And come March 17th, you feel me? If we're still locked down or shut down, it'll be a whole year where COVID officially, you feel me, held this dark cloud over all of us. You feel me? Except Florida. You know, fuck out there in Florida. They be doing whatever the fuck they want to do out there in Florida.
They still chasing alligators and shit.
But for me, for the rest of us, yeah, man, it'll be a year in March. So I don't know. A lot of questions, not enough answers, but we got a vaccine.
We got a vaccine, man. Listen, I got two quick ones. One, yeah, this whole notion of we got a vaccine. Listen, if you get that shit, they don't treat you. They tell you to go home unless you can't breathe.
Facts.
That's it. They say go home, sit there for the next 2 weeks. But you want me to stick?
Bed. You damn near got to be on your deathbed at this point to get some treatment. If you talk about you got a fever and a cough.
Correct. But you want me to get a vaccine for some shit you can't even give me no Theraflu for. You can't even give a nigga no Theraflu. No, come on, bro. I'm not doing it. And another thing, people in Florida, listen. I joked about it. That gator. I just had some alligator from Bass Pro. This is not a plug. I'm not getting any money from Bass Pro. But I'm gonna say this: that shit was good. That shit was absolutely delicious. They made these gator nuggets. Nigga, some of they special seasoned fries. That shit was amazing. I never knew alligator could taste like that.
I heard it tastes like chicken.
It tastes like fucking chicken. It lives in the water. How does that happen? I don't even think your muscles should be the same as the chicken muscles if you swimming in the water and shit all the time. That don't make sense to me. But it do.
Wow. That's wild.
That shit tastes delicious, bro. It tastes absolutely delicious, man. You got anything else on this one?
Nah, man. I'm, hopeful.
Hopeful. You know the cold part, bro. I know, like, people have been asking for us to talk about a lot of these different issues that I feel like everybody else has already discussed, and even us, we've discussed it. I mean, I don't know how many days go by that we don't speak to each other. You feel me? Or text each other something. So, I'm a lot of this shit, man. I'm just tired of. I don't even like. I want to start season 2. And of course, we have to address some stuff because big things happen. But I'm just so ready to. I'm just ready to look forward to the things that we can do and the things that we can see in 2021, man. because I'm just tired. I'm drained of that shit. You know what I mean?
Nah, facts. I feel that. I feel
Yeah.
that.
So and I say that to say like a lot of this stuff you guys might hear us talking about, and there's a lot of humor and a lot of laughter involved. Um, we aren't making light of anybody that has lost somebody or that is fighting, to keep that person on this earth with us. But when you go through certain struggles, the only thing you can do is laugh. Because if you just sit and wallow in it for so long, I mean, you've heard about how many people have started to develop depression, and you know what I'm saying? And then even more people are developing social anxiety because they've been so isolated from others for so long that now when they go out to fucking Target, they don't even know how to be around. Like this shit is real. You know what I'm saying? And we understand that, but again, if we don't make light of our current circumstances, then we just be living in complete darkness. So
And that go back to I feel like a topic we've hit on before too, just with comedy. You feel me? Where comedy used to be that outlet.
yes,
You know what I'm saying? You could talk about race, politics, your sexual orientation. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever it was, comedy, laughter, as long as it was joking, ha ha ha. You know what I'm saying? Like that was the escape. To where now I feel like if you laugh at something, or if you feel like people are afraid to laugh at certain shit. You feel me? Or be okay with like, okay, I just gotta kind of laugh this shit off. And then if I do laugh this off, like I'm not a bad person, and fuck a motherfucker who, you know what I'm saying, who wants to bash me for quote unquote making light of a situation. Like that's where I feel comedy is taking its biggest hit, is because it can't be that outlet anymore. They've taken that away from it. It doesn't have that open freedom to just, hey y'all, at the end of the day, yes, fucked up, but you know, we can make something of this shit. You feel me? So again though, to anybody who's lost somebody to COVID or anything like that, this ain't a slight to y'all in any way, shape, or form, you feel me, or anybody battling that shit. But this is how we deal, and this is how we cope with the fucked up situations that we live with and deal with on a day-to-day basis. You feel me? I'd rather laugh than cry.
absolutely.
If we being all the way 100 with each other, you feel me? I much rather laugh than cry. You feel me? It makes me feel better when I laugh. Crying makes me want to go to sleep and I do nothing, and I hate.
Exactly. And I think I mean to segue into the next topic, which I think we can add, the loss of humor as one of those things, which is the biggest gains and losses of 2020. Humor used to be something, like you said, like that escape that we could, rely on. You look at the comedians to give us an escape from reality, or at least to make reality make sense with their humor. You feel what I'm saying? Even if you weren't completely detaching yourself, like getting fired from a job is not funny, right?
At all.
But if a comedian tells a joke in which it makes getting fired funny, it makes you look at your entire situation and be like, oh man, you're right. I can't even worry about that shit. You know what I'm saying? You think about it,
got fired on his day off for stealing boxes.
Right. Right.
And we all we laughed at that. That nigga, fictional character or not, he lost his job on his day off for being caught on camera. It wasn't even him, but he was stealing boxes.
Did we ever wait, bro? Wait. Did we ever find out was it him or not?
Laughing at that nigga.
Was it really him or not? Because we never really figured out.
We never got to the bottom of that. I don't think Craig Costino look like a stealing boxing.
I don't know, bro. He damn near did that shit. He damn near did that shit. We never found out, bro. We know what he said, but we don't know what Ice Cube really meant, bro.
Nah, but for real though, like, but you feel me? Like, yeah, like we laughed at that man lose his job.
Yes.
I was telling about because it was funny, but he lost his job. The poor part was he lost his job. Ain't no part of that funny, but it was fucking funny.
Yeah,
it was funny.
Yeah, but now you see it. I mean, if you make that mistake and I don't even want to call it a mistake because that's the comedian's job to make light of those situations. So when you so you just gonna walk in my camera. I'm gonna do how Joe Budden be doing. And they're saying shout out to Joe Budden. So you don't know when I record? You don't know my recording days. I am working here. But
hey, you don't know my recording days? Y'all don't know my fucking recording days? What I do when I record? I work. Disrespectful motherfuckers.
Just disrespectful. But anyways, so that threw me all off. That was funny. That was hella funny. That was funny. But like I was saying, if people make the mistake now, which I don't consider it a mistake, if you talk about an issue too soon, right? Or if you address something, say like now, where people talk about, COVID. How many COVID jokes have you heard?
Yeah.
Right?
Don't ask me that.
Because, but I'm saying like we've heard the jokes amongst each other, but not many comedians are gonna.
Oh, no mainstream COVID.
Yeah,
jokes.
They're not gonna take that open stance to say something about COVID because they're so worried about who I might hurt versus who I might help. Who I might make laugh, whose day I might make better. If you might have somebody that passed away from COVID and you need somebody to make light of that situation so that you can kind of ease yourself and be able to say, you know what, there's nothing I can do, but maybe that was how my uncle was or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that was how my mom's was. Well, maybe she don't got to deal with this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you need that. And the fact that we've lost that in particular this year, it been started off of social media. Can't say shit about nobody and nothing, But the fact that we lost that, this year, and then of course we know the damn body count. I looked it up and I was gonna read off some of them for you and the listeners, but I was like, bro, if I read off all these names that we've lost in this year that might have not even been due to COVID, like this shit is gonna make me sad. Yeah. I don't want to be, you feel me? I'm not trying to be sad on January 11th. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. I can't allow myself to get in that, in that mode right now. In particular, because I feel like when you do that, oftentimes you knock the blessing that you have. I have not caught that shit. You feel me? My sons, my daughter, my wife have not caught that shit. It will, in my eyes, yes, I'm supposed to take it serious, but it would be wrong for me to sit there and not appreciate the blessing that I have. You feel me? So, you know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of losses. I do believe this though. The one gain and one of the biggest gains for me is understanding people that you have to deal with, and then people that you want to actually deal with throughout the year. That's been the biggest gain for me, understanding that it's a lot of people that, you have to deal with. And then there's people that you want to deal with. Like, you feel me? like when we talk, be it on the phone or through text, damn near every day. But when we do it, we want to do that shit. We don't have to do that shit. You can go throughout your whole day and not, you feel me, send a text or anything to me.
Yeah.
But you want to do it. And because you want to do it, it means that much more. You feel me? That relationship means that much more. But it's a lot of numbers in my fucking phone that even throughout this whole, this whole past year, I didn't even use. Not to say, hey, you all right, everything cool. So that it put, people into their proper place in my mind, placement within my mind to be like, I gotta deal with you, but this person I want to talk to. I want to be around this person. You know what I'm saying? That for me was probably the biggest gain. And of course you appreciate the downtime to be with the family. If you're a person like me who's a started off a young father and has been in complete daddy mode and work mode since you feel me October 16th 2009. You know what I'm saying? So you think from 2009 to 2019 that guy has been doing what he got to do. So to be able to sit your ass down and be in the house and, what I'm saying, really cultivate and develop your children's education and manners the way that you really want to, that shit is been a great gain and blessing for me.
Hey, bro, and that is all beautiful things. You feel me? Um, Biggest gains of 2020 was like, it was almost like getting a fresh start.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went through a lot of transitioning. I feel like as a man, as a boyfriend, but I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I feel like 2020 was the biggest gain I got from it was just myself. It was really like it was a real, I feel like, soul searching year. You know what I'm saying? And to have that,
I do.
and, and I get why people, right? I remember being a young nigga. I guess that's the other biggest gain, I guess you could say, right? Is knowledge. I gained hella knowledge this year. But I remember being a young nigga and looking at 30-year-olds and calling them old. You feel me? And nah. Like calling them old, right? And they would get like offended. You know what I'm saying? They're like, nigga, I'm not old. I'm 30. But now being 30, I understand why people can take it that way, because like you start to realize like you might think you know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Late 20s and all that shit. And for the most part, you probably do, bro. But like you never gonna stop growing. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like I was at a point where I like kind of plateaued. And was kind of just okay with
It
it.
seemed like
And it
seemed
made
like
me,
we lost you
I had
there,
to
bro.
change shit different. Yeah, I was gonna say it was like you cutting in and out.
Oh,
You
you
got me?
good? Yeah,
Yeah.
I got you.
You only got one bar on this side.
Uh, Shit, I got a bunch of bars on this side.
All right, cool. All right. Well, yeah, I was saying, I kind of just felt like I plateaued, like, you know what I'm saying, and was okay with kind of being at a certain place. Went through some shit, and it made me uncomfortable. It made me have to maneuver different. You feel me? And it was different just having that type of shit happen to you when you about to turn, you know what I'm saying, or when you turn 30 years old. Like nigga, you 30. You feel me? You ain't.
Yeah,
You
we
know,
did. That's shit. We did turn 30 this year. That's crazy.
like fuck, bro. Like I'm still going through shit, but yeah, man, it's just part of it. So I would say the biggest gain I got was knowledge, bro, and then just knowing me. You feel me? And then knowing what I stand for and what I don't stand for. You feel me? And being okay with that shit, and not having a problem with people not being okay with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, at the end of the day, right? Take away all the material things, take away everything. You take anything away from me, the only thing you can't take away from me is my word, nigga. You know what I'm saying? My bond. Like, you can't take that from me. The things I stand for, the things I believe in, you can't take those from me. They're not tangible. You feel me? So, like, yeah, I'm gonna stand 10 toes on that shit fully all the way. Even though a lot of y'all know I was already like that, it's just been amplified. Like, I don't. I need to stop saying this. My girl hates it when I say this shit, but I just don't care.
Don't
You feel
care.
me?
Yeah,
Like
don't
I've
care.
got
Yeah, they
like, bro, I don't though. Like about all that other shit, I nigga, because it does, if it's not over here and it isn't helping this, and I think that's the biggest point. If it isn't bringing in the peace and tranquility and positive and fuck it. I ain't got no. So that's another thing I gained. The ability to say, fuck it. Fuck all that shit, nigga. Fuck it, just say no. Fuck
no.
no.
I completely understand it, bro. Because a lot of that shit is, it's very similar to how I felt about this past year, and just overall, like even when we talk about the knowledge aspect, yeah, bro, we never how do I say it? We never looked at being old as uncool. So even when we would say it when we were younger, and people would get kind of offended by it, I always try to make them understand, like, nah, bro, like it's a good thing, you feel me, that you're the older nigga. But now granted, I think it was a lot of people that took offense to it because they knew they weren't where they wanted to be in life. So
Bingo.
you feel me? So when you say, oh well
Yes.
shit, you're the older nigga, and then they like, nah, bro, because I still got time to get my
Yeah.
life together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, but like nobody's saying you don't. We're just acknowledging, like, yeah, bro, you gotta wear that as a badge of honor. You feel me? I told my son, man, when I turned 30, because I started to hear the jokes that I would tell my dad, even though my dad was at, when I was my son's age, my dad was older than, what I'm saying, than what I am. But I remember telling, my sons, like, look, you gotta understand, for daddy to get to 30, I could name you, I could name you a bunch of people that, yeah, you never even got to meet because they didn't make it past 17. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for me to get to 30, and I always walk around with the old soul. You feel me? That when motherfuckers would tell me that shit wasn't no knock on me, I'll be like, yep, I sure am, because I'm trying to be that old dude.
Yeah.
I wanna get to that point. You feel me? I wanna be the old guy on the block. Oh, there goes Mr. Nesbitt. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't wanna be, oh man, Solani died at X. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to do that. So for me, I always looked at it like, man, shit, we making it, whenever we touch them milestones, the 21, 25, you know what I'm saying, the 30s, I'm like, because it's a milestone for me. I'm not looking at it like, you feel me, no diss. If a motherfucker tell me, oh shit, you the old motherfucker on the block, that's right, and I'm gonna continue to be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to
Yeah.
be around. I'm not trying to go early. I ain't in no rush for nothing, man. I'm trying to be here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. We got our next two topics. They kind of just roll into each other. Um, the first one I say would probably be the most recent, and then we could go into the leadership topic, and that would be the Capitol attack. And again, people, it's a lot of people that I talked to on that day. and they wanted my thoughts and my opinions on it. And of course, I ain't biting my tongue on none of it. Motherfuckers is insurrectionists, y'all domestic terrorists. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Shouldn't have been done, and if they was black, they would have got their ass popped. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? And we've seen it throughout history. It's not like people haven't led marches on the Capitol, and those marches have gone awry. You feel me? And so, but bro, I'm telling you, I looking at that shit happen throughout the day, it angered me so much to the point where I was like, I don't want to deal with it. And I know it might not be the way that other people want me to respond to it, but I don't. You feel me? I said what I said. Insurrectionists, domestic terrorists. If your ass was black, you would have got popped. Look at the history. I'm not saying this in no fictional stance. This has happened. You feel me? People have led marches on Capitol buildings, and worse outcomes have come about. Motherfucking Dr. Martin Luther King walked across the bridge and people lost their life. A bridge, not a Capitol building that is supposed to be protected. And people lost their lives on that day. So take it for how you want to take it. But I really don't have the energy to even, I only put it in there because I know we had to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? It's something that you have to talk about. But yeah, man, I'm so done with all of this bullshit that this pat, and I feel like it's a residual effect of everything that's been happening over the few years. But I really want to be able to put that shit in my rear view and move on forward. So I'm gonna leave the floor to you, and you have at it, brother.
See, see, you lucky, or I'll say we're lucky that this is our platform, because if this was another place's platform, my answer would be say her name. Because I don't. This goes into one of the things where I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody want to talk. I don't give a fuck about what white people are doing in America right now, because they've been doing this shit. It's just
forever.
You know what I did take away from it? You know what? I'll give you one take that I did take away from this shit. And because a lot of people know, I wouldn't say I was an avid Trump supporter, but I had my thoughts, of which I had outlooks on him, or certain things that he saw that I could.
That was different.
You know what I'm saying? That I could connect with. That I thought maybe, just maybe, yeah, he's a doofus and he says dumb shit, but maybe he know what he's doing on the money end of the shit, right?
Yeah, you were extremely optimistic about him.
And but I think what killed me the most, bro, was the snarky apology that he put out after the whole shit was done. And it didn't really rub me the wrong way, because it was just it's to be expected. You know what I'm saying?
At this point, yeah.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? But that's the one thing that I feel like it was one of those things where, all right, I'm going out, I'm gonna go out with a bang type shit. Because let's be real, the president, the whole time he was an attention whore. I mean, he really the only president I've ever seen who used Twitter like for not politics shit. Like, he would just use Twitter, go at people, you know what I'm saying? Like rap artists and shit. So he obviously was he liked attention, you feel me? So I just feel like this was one of those things. Did I see it boiling over to this? No, because I thought that the rest of America, right? Like the rest of the parties and all the, all the legislature, all these motherfuckers we got in these big ass buildings the taxpayers pay for so they could be in there and be safe and all that type of shit. I would have thought they had some type of control on their buildings and shit like that, to where something like this couldn't happen. You feel me? So I didn't see something like this happening. When it did happen, it didn't surprise me. Fuck no. Privileged white people who feel privileged. You can hear it in the chants and the shit that they're saying, the shit that they're interviewers after they came out, shit pepper sprayed and shit. You feel me? And it just showed another. If that didn't show you white privilege, I don't know what else would. The fact that you could do that to a federal, state, capitol building, whatever the fuck type of building it was. You went in there, caused damage, hurt people, got people shot, all this type of shit. And y'all motherfuckers, mostly I walked out of there and nothing happened. But if me, you, Marlon, Rail, and Hassan walked up to a police station right now, nigga, they like, hold on, there's too many of y'all together. What the fuck is going on?
Like how they used to do us in the mall.
When I was walking around the mall with my brothers, my brothers, 5 deep. They're like, 3 of y'all gotta walk over there, 2 of y'all behind them. Nigga, what? But there's a group of fucking Blake, Zophie, and all them white boys. There's a group of 30 of them niggas just chilling in the mall, just buying Abercrombie and Fitch and shit. That's not the Blake, bro. That nigga. I'm tired of this shit. I don't give a fuck. I've been dealing with this shit my whole goddamn life.
Man.
Life.
It's been like that, bro. You said it, bro. That's why I feel like, it's one of them things where yes, we always knew that could be it would end up being that type of outcome if something like that happened. And again, we joke about this shit growing up. Hey, they wouldn't allow white people to do this. They wouldn't allow black people to do that. And then it's something that you could easily find exact references of. The one thing that I will say, and regardless of why they're doing it or not, regardless of why people are starting to speak out or not, I'm glad that people who might have been oblivious to racism. I'm not talking about the racists, right?
Yeah.
But anybody who was oblivious, because you have certain people who'll be like, I've never seen that before. I've never seen the distinction between something that a cop would do with a white person or something that a cop would do with a black person. There's a lot of people who really feel like that. It's naive. It's naive in my opinion, but it's what they've never seen before. But I'm glad that the people that now you have a direct reference, you feel me? Now you have an actual example of, that wasn't done when the black people did it, but this was done when the white people done it. You know what I'm saying? Now you have an exact reference for people to actually look at and to be able to say, all right, we get it. We see what you guys have been saying. You feel me? So the people, whether they're doing it, to save face, or they're doing it because it's the politically correct thing to do right now, I'm just glad that they finally got a chance to actually see that and to be able to say, oh, I get it.
I hope.
Yeah.
Hopeful.
I mean, hopeful. You feel me? Because
fucking episode, hopeful.
Yeah, because saying it and actually being a part of it is completely different. That topic will lead us into our next, which is what's next in terms of what do you see happening next with the next leadership, and I think I'll start off by saying this. What I don't know what's next. I know what I hope, and that is a real change to the system and the change to the to certain injustices that we know happen in our nation. I'm not talking so much about the day-to-day shit that can only be determined by your local government, but the wider. Huh?
I think I'm losing you. Hold on.
Good.
Yeah.
But the wider injustices that happen in terms of, you know, minorities in this country. I desire that these things can be rectified, being the fact that being the fact that with this government, with this new transition of power, the Senate is now going to be in their favor, and that's something that, you know, that say the Obama administration never had. As much as Barack wanted to do, and I always say this shit to people, I've been screaming this for years. As much as Barack wanted to do, he couldn't do it. And people who don't follow politics outside of social media don't really understand that. He did not have the Senate power. He didn't have the numbers to actually make legislation go his way every time he presented something. He didn't have that. Now that Democrats do have that, I expect you, now I'm talking to the Democratic Party, I expect you to do what the fuck you said you're gonna do. I expect you to make real change, real tangible change that people can see and that they can implement in their day-to-day lives, because now there is no excuses. There's no excuses. There's nothing holding you back. If a tie comes, guess who's the tiebreaker? Kamala Harris. So there is no excuses for you to not get things done within the Black and brown communities in particular. None. And understand this, my vote, just like everybody else vote, your ass is on the hot seat, because we got a motherfucker out in 4 years. Do not think you cannot be the next.
Facts.
And that's just the truth. I expect you to do what the fuck you say you're going to do in terms of improving our overall well-being in America. Now, the community shit, if y'all did not vote and pay attention to who was the aldermen in y'all areas, then that is on y'all. That's on you. If you did not pay attention to your local elections, you feel me, and know who you was voting for, then that's on you. You feel me? I can't go down the line of every city and you know, talk to who's in power there. I don't know that, but I can tell you who's running shit in San Bernardino County. You know what I'm saying? In my area of San Bernardino. So for me, I'm hopeful that there will be some changes, because if there's not, and I do think that Biden and Kamala Harris understands that, yo, we got to make some changes. We have to give them something. You know what I'm saying? Because if we don't, yeah, this turnout that we recently had, that shit ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And then we gonna be and then shit we'll be dealing with somebody else. And that's it. But yeah, man, that's what I see happening. I think that they have the power and the ability to do it, and I think that they're smart enough to understand that you know, the Black and brown vote is now leveraged to the point where shit, you got to give us something, or else we ain't giving you no more votes.
Yeah, I don't really know what's next. I don't fuck with the current party. But I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not gonna have white people rioting.
Absolutely.
and putting propaganda out there for people to feel okay with. You know what I'm saying? See, this is my biggest problem, right? I fucked with Trump because I like the fact that he spoke his mind, right? Like I like that shit.
Do you think you were fooled? I mean, is it safe to say that now that you were fooled?
Not fooled at all. It was literally, that's why I say it was relatability. Like I like the fact that he said whatever the fuck he wanted to say and had the most powerful seat in the world. You feel me? To me, that showed how strong like freedom of speech was. What I was naive to and didn't necessarily, I guess you could say I almost turned a blind eye to it, and it's on me, you feel me? But I didn't believe, right? Because I take half the shit he says as a joke, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's nigga can't speak shit, you feel me? But I didn't believe the shit that he was saying was literally was actually planting seeds in these demons, you feel me? That as soon as he didn't get his way, him, not them.
He was gonna
like as soon as
weaponize
he
it.
didn't get his way, bro, they were going to uprise. Like, no, I can't tell you that I saw. You feel me? And that's the one thing where I do feel like a goof on is because it's like, damn.
Well, I'm glad you said that, brother, because a lot of people aren't even willing to admit to that extent. You feel me?
No, because bro, like I told you, I've told Real, I've told Maury, I've gotten heat from it from the bros. You feel me? Like I said, I wasn't an avid Trump supporter, but there were things with Trump that I fucked with. You feel me? And when people would attack him, I had things to say back at it. I wasn't one of those that was just gonna haha and joke around on this shit because there were certain things that I stood on. You feel me? But like I said, I will take accountability for I didn't see him having that much power over people with his words because he's a doofus. Like he the way he speaks, like I couldn't follow someone fully, you know what I'm saying, to the point where I'm willing to go charge on a motherfucking state building. You feel me? No, like.
Well, I think if I could interject this, not to stop your statement, but I think what ended up happening is, bruh, oftentimes you thought that his boldness was similar to your boldness in terms of oh, but it's coming from a good place. And I think you looked at the rest of those the supporters, his constituents, and said, nah, but they just as smart as me. They're not gonna take everything this nigga say.
No,
and
no, because I've been on in that whoever his writing team was, I know they put themselves in the head every time that nigga stepped on stage. Cause I know he wasn't reading what they wrote, or he was just butchering that shit. And they was like, "Oh, this nigga, we're gonna
it's have not his fault he can't read.
We're our house because this nigga can read. Cause this nigga he's saying what he want to say up there. I know they wasn't writing that shit for that man. They couldn't have. There's no way in hell that was written. No. So no, I don't believe that they no. They were smart. What they was doing was playing their point, mad at them because they have to do what they had to do, they had to do. Who I'm mad at is the people who did take this nigga serious. Those are the people that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm mad at when it comes to his word and like, wow, you let him get riled up. But back to the point, right? So I take that Trump and shit. But this new part, like, I didn't fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? And they just seem sneaky. They've done shit in the past I don't agree with. You feel me? So it's just one of those things where hopeful. I'm very hopeful. And it's one of those things now. It's like, can it get worse? Like, can it? I wasn't one of those that was finna say that shit because I was like, for a second, maybe it really can. But after seeing this shit, it's like,
you like, right, nah. You like, nah, bro.
White people uprising. White people. What? Oh,
where do I live?
We lost the world. We done lost the world. Oh, it's over.
I'm gonna tell you what's funny. Me and you had a conversation, and we might have spoke on it on one of the episodes in the podcast where we said to each other, like, bro, like, you was telling me like, nah, bro, it ain't. It might be just as bad, and I was saying, nah, I don't think so, bro. I don't think it's gonna be as bad, bro.
Might be right. And then, but look, but this is what fucks all the way up, right? This is what fucks all the way up. 2020 was listen, y'all, if you don't believe that anything is possible by now, 2020 it should do. So can it? Hopefully. Hopeful.
Yeah.
But bruh, anything can happen, bruh. And I think that's why I'm so like, I don't know, because we're in a place right now in the world with so much unknown shit. I feel like going on, like I feel like we're used to being in a place of power and just knowing, like we know what's gonna happen, like the seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like you just know But look at though, even them went away. Like it's summer and winter now, y'all. There ain't no in between. I don't know what
Yeah,
the
it
fuck.
ain't. What's the other two? What's the other two?
Fall you hella long. I hated that shit. Just for it to rain. Oh, yeah, it's cold just to rain. No, like there's no shit no more. You feel me? Like you get summer and we're like. So I just, bruh, I don't know. I don't know. The world is doing what the world wants to do right now, and I thought we have no power over it. Like,
hey, tell me this? Have you seen the commercial? This shit is so funny to me. It's like the devil sitting on his throne, and he's like looking through like a match app or something like that, and he meets this girl, and he's like 2020, and she's like, yeah, but you could call me 2020, and then and so throughout the commercial, bro, they proceed to do shit that fucked up all of 2020. Like they're at the movies by themselves. They're like they're playing games, and it says like social distancing, so they're hella far apart. Like, bro, it's a hilarious commercial, bro. Hilarious. 2020. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck the commercial was about. But I feel like it was about match though. It might have been about match, but that commercial is hilarious to me, bro.
Yeah,
2020. That shit was funny, bro.
It was one of a kind year.
And then, and this was the kicker of the commercial, right? At the end of the commercial, they have it where they're sitting at like a bench and they're talking, and they're like, "I just don't want this year to end." But like as they're talking, it's like comets and shit falling to the earth, like basically finna blow up the earth. It's terrible, bro. But whoever wrote that shit is a fucking genius, though. I wish I would have done it. Wish I would have done it and pitched it.
Gotta laugh at it. Gotta laugh.
You gotta laugh, bro. You gotta laugh. Okay, man, we're gonna get into something a little bit more fun now, man. We're gonna get into something a little bit more fun, man. This is a new segment that I wanted to introduce to y'all on season 2. This segment is called Story Time with Papa Shoe.
Story time with Papa Shoe.
Story time with Papa Shoe, right?
Get the porch.
So listen, man. So listen. You know, your nephew Yanni, he's getting older, man, and he's getting to the point where he's starting to tell me what hairstyles he want and how he want his stuff to be cut. Right? So he's at that point now. So I'm about to get ready to cut him because he was wearing like his little fro, and I'm getting ready to cut him. He says, "Dad, I want waves." I said, "Okay, son, you feel me? Wave? That's cool, right?" So I get to cutting him. He like, you know how to do them? I'm like, waves? He like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I know how to cut your hair to get waves. Sure, I'll cut it. So I end up cutting him. You feel me? I bring him down to like a 2 first because I want him to make sure he get him in with the grease and shit first. So he gets out the chair. He like, oh, I'm finna be wavy. Gets into the mirror. Dad, what did you do? What did you do? I'm like, Yanni, what are you talking about? He like, I want waves. I'm like, yeah, I'm bringing you down so that you can start putting the grease in your hair. No, but you got to leave it long so I can. So I'm like, son, you don't got that kind of fucking hair. You don't need your shit long to be putting in wave grease. Bro, do you know that these kids who are not African-American are now wearing their hair a little longer, and then they're putting hella grease and gel in their hair to wave it up, right?
Yeah.
So I'm talking to you. I'm like, yeah, you don't have to do that, son. It's not your hair. Your hair is gonna get naturally wavy if you just leave it low and put some grease in there. You're gonna be good. Oh man, so he mad, right? This goes on for about a week, right? I go out, get him a brush, get him a do-rag, bring him home some grease. I say, this is what you got to do. You put it in your hair every night. You brush throughout the day. You're going to be good to go, right? Week later, he come out the room early in the morning. Oh, daddy. I'm waving. Me and Kamani, my youngest son, we sitting on the couch watching TV. Oh, I'm wavy. Oh, I'm wavy. I'm like, boy, all right, sit down. No, I'm telling you that. Look at this. I'm fresh. I'm fresh. Kamani popped up out of the seat. He said, "You ain't fresh. You got dirty clothes in the room." I said, these boys is out of their mind, man. They out of their mind, man. And that's story time with Papa Shoe, man. I'm telling you, bro, these children is crazy. It's wild though that I am at the point where I feel like my dad was at when I used to come to him and be like, "Hey, Dad, I wanna get a high top or I want to curl my," and he'd be like, "Son, I had that before. Like, it's not new. You feel me?" But to him, like, this is new. This is something that all the kids just invented this. Like, we came up with this. This is our generation. Y'all wasn't rocking it like this. Y'all wasn't doing it like that. I'm like, dude, if you don't go sit your little ass down, bro. I'm telling you, bro, he out of his mind with this shit now.
The only thing I think that will never come back is 2006 fashion.
Yeah, like baggy.
I don't think that shit will ever come back.
Well, I'll say this: it ain't gonna come back for the guys.
For guys, I was gonna say for men, that shit.
Yeah, because girls
will never
be wearing like the baggy shit now. Yeah, they be wearing the baggy.
I've only ever been a man. I mean, for us, 2006 fashion. I don't want to see that, bro. If I catch you with a SpongeBob sprayed with a spray paint SpongeBob tee on and some fucking Jabos with some W, I'm gonna punch you. I'm liable to punch you, nigga. It is 2021.
Oh man,
you get some clothes to fit, okay? I even just went down a pant size because I was like, no, and I'm a little nigga. So if I'm doing this,
I don't like how these is dropping down.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna get the ones that fit. All right. Okay. Too much bad. I had too much leg. I've always wanted to be a tall nigga. So I get the skinnies, but I get like a 32, 33. So the legs, I got a little bit of pant leg. So I finally went to the 30. So I finally got it right. I like the look. It feel good. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah.
Oh shit, nah, for real. I feel you, bro. I don't think nobody coming back with that. The whole sack. If you do, like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. If you a man and you dressing like that in 2021, I think you homeless or you just got out of jail.
Bro, my mom. That's it.
That's how I look at you.
That's all I got for you. That's all I got.
That's how I look at you. Like, nah, that nigga must have just got out, bro. He don't.
Leave him alone.
No. And even then, bro, I mean, nigga, you must have been locked down because niggas got internet in there, boy.
Hey, I'm not saying nothing to that nigga about his outfit.
Bruh, like, nigga, you must have been down for some nigga, because you like, nah, I don't give a fuck what none of these young niggas wearing. This me, nigga. You see this triple X? Nigga, this me.
Rock tall tee. Whoa.
Tall tee, bruh. This me. You know what? Now that you say tall tee, I feel foolish for wearing tall tee because I was already tall. That was dumb.
I wore tall tees. I ain't never been tall. I feel foolish.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I was really wearing tall. Like, bro, you tall. Why you wearing tall tees?
You know, it still irritates me to this day. Blood, if you are a grown ass man and your chain hang down to your genitalia,
oh my goodness,
I want to punch you.
I feel disgusted.
Bruh, why? Why?
Nobody's wearing chains like that right now, bro.
No one. Ain't no one did that shit since 2008. That shit.
Ain't nobody wearing that shit like that, bro.
Left that shit alone. Soon as niggas started spending more money on their teeth, they stopped spending money on them long ass chains and got
everything. And to be real, and let's just be honest, bro. Like, no bullshit. It looks a lot better on you when you feel me, in terms of your chain. Bruh. Like, real shit. When you wear a chain, you feel me, that's hanging down to your fucking belly button, that shit looks silly, bruh. It looks silly. It do. You know what I'm saying? It looks way more neat.
They got the chain with no medallion on it hanging down to your belly. You niggas
Yeah.
look more foolish.
Yeah, bro.
If you don't take that damn rope off your goddamn neck,
you got to. You got to, man. This shit. Well, listen, bro. Speaking of chains and jerseys, man. Speaking of chains and jerseys, we're gonna get into something a lot more fun, and that is, your Lakers won the title. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. The Lakers ended up winning the 2019-2020 NBA championship.
Yes, sir.
It's their tying championship, right?
Yes, sir. Number 17.
Tying championship with the Celtics. LeBron James.
You done got the niggas riled up. They Lakers fans. They know we talking great right now.
LeBron James
talking greatness.
Another historic playoff performance and finals MVP from him. I fuck with Brian. You feel me? Anybody that's listening, just to clarify, I fuck with Brian. Think he's the greatest. But I'm not a Lakers fan. I give a fuck about the Lakers. So so the question is, my thoughts on the Lakers repeat and their biggest competition. So I'm just gonna skip to the competition part because I really don't have any thoughts on a repeat because that's not happening. But it's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. Now I will say this. Me saying it's not happening is all for this podcast purpose. Do not text me betting me this shit because I'm an avid bettor and I take all comers, but I'm not taking this bet. So I say that to say, do I think that they can repeat? Sure, I would be a fool to think that. I don't think that any team got just that much better than them. I thought they were the best complete team last year. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that anybody in particular got that much better. My Denver Nuggets will be in the mix. JG knows, all of my close family knows. I'm a Denver fan, been a Denver fan since I got my first Mutombo jersey. So, you know what I'm saying? Been a Denver fan forever. And Denver will be in the mix, in particular with the rise and Michael Porter Jr. He's gonna be coming back off of COVID protocols soon. But when last saw, the boy dropped 30. Okay. So he's elevating, and he got a lot of it's a lot of games to be played. And I do expect for the Denver Nuggets to give y'all the best matchup. And the reason why I say that is not because I'm a Denver fan, but it's when you talk about the playoffs is about matchups. And when you have to match up somebody, nobody can match up with LeBron. So I got a fucking ice cream truck in my background. I don't know if it's getting picked up. But when you talk about matchups for AD, there's only one big man that can go at that level, and that's Jokic. You feel me? And we seen at the start of our series last year, we was like, oh shit, AD, he owned this nigga Jokic. And then Jokic took it up a notch. And then we was like, oh no, he's there. He's ready to play. You feel me? Of course, most consensus is AD is still better. But that's the only person that can compete. There is no other big man in the league that I look at and say is as good or as talented as Anthony Davis. And there's a lot of skilled big men, but nobody plays up to the level that they're supposed to. a lot of those bigs play down at times. You know what I'm saying? And at the most important times. So with the addition of Michael Porter Jr.'s scoring, because nobody is going to stop LeBron, you feel me? But I feel like if we have Jamal Murray, who's a bona fide superstar, you feel me? If we have him doing his thing, he's going to average close to something that LeBron averaged in terms of points, right? This is how I'm looking at it. If I got AD being canceled out by Joker, and I got Jamal Murray playing close to point percentage with LeBron, then if I add MPJ in there and he gives me another 20-25, then I'm like, okay, that's a chance, because that's how you going to be able to score with them. Now, when we talk about overall scheme, I feel like my team is the only team that you could literally look at and say, other than the Lakers, have been together long enough to have chemistry to where they play well on defense and offense. Everybody else got people who either raw on defense, or who raw on offense, but they haven't played together enough to get a good balance of both. You know what I'm saying? I know it's going to be a lot of people that probably say, well, shit, KD and Kyrie. Okay, but we had some people that was saying, hey, they're going to run away with the East. Niggas have a losing record in the East. And yes, Kyrie and KD have missed games, which is exactly what niggas thought they was going to do. So you can't run the East if you're not there and you're not playing together. The Clippers showed you that last year. You have to play together. I don't care how many points you can score. You have to play together. And when crunch time comes, you have to be able to stop somebody. Because this is not just everybody in the league is just going to be looking at you score 30. There's going to be somebody on the other team that's going to drop 30 as well. So if you can't stop that person, Brooklyn doesn't have anybody that I look at as a stopper. They have, they got a aging DeAndre Jordan who's been below average to me for a long time now. And, and they got a young Allen who's doing his thing. But it seems like the coaching staff is preferring DeAndre over him. Don't know why. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't see that. And the only other team is another team in the West, and that's the Mavs. And that's because they have two superstars at similar position. Again, matchup with you guys. So I know that was a bit long-winded, but I don't give a fuck. It's my show. So go ahead.
Will we yeah, just like a lot of people have said. Did I break up? I think I broke up.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, you broke up.
I'm good.
Yeah, you good now. Yeah.
All right. So, will we repeat? Yeah. Who's our biggest competition? Ourselves. Because then nobody.
I'm gonna be quiet while this nigga talking. I ain't even finna.
Then nobody get better than we did in the off season. The only team I could think could possibly say they got closer to better was Milwaukee, but I don't even see them getting past Miami in a series again. I think Miami is still they dogs. You feel me? And they showed that they got the heart of a line last year. So to me, if you're asking me, I know everybody talks about the Celtics being good, and a lot of people are excited about Charlotte and shit this year. To me, in the East, it goes through Miami. I know that had nothing to do with us, you feel me? But I just wanted to show some love to the East because they don't ever get no love.
I like that pick. I like that pick, actually.
So the East goes through Miami. But as far as we go, yeah, man, I don't think not this year. I think if after this year, I think it's gonna start getting serious. And I say that even with having AD on our team and LeBron, I just look at exactly what you said. You got Luka who has a young team around him. A lot of people look at, Tim Hardaway Jr. as a, you know what I'm saying, as someone who is an average player. He's still young enough and has potential to still be a superstar. He just needs 2-3 more solid regular seasons, you feel me? With Luka, who has the potential to do this shit, to maybe not be a
for
superstar.
sure his daddy, son.
Not a superstar, but maybe a star, like Kevin Love in Cleveland. He wasn't a superstar, you feel me? But he was a
great third.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like Hardaway could be that shit. As long as Porzingis stay healthy, I feel like Luka and them. Because let's be real. I know Mark Cuban's had a lot of weird shit said about him, and then he's had a lot of great shit said about him, you feel me? But he puts together good teams, competitive teams. I mean, fuck. I think Dirk, even at the tail end of his career, was still getting to the playoffs type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he won a championship with literally probably the worst assembled championship team ever, bro. Like, we're not going to get in. So I think looking in a couple of years, I think that's a problem. I always want to give Dame love, man. Like, I love Dame. Like, goddamn, I love Dame. And I hate that he's in Portland. Fucking hate that he's in Portland and he just won't leave. I want to be, they got a shot, but I just don't take Portland serious. I just feel like this: if they were gonna do it, they would have already done it with what they had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that window might have closed.
You feel me? Because every piece they brought in is just like, it's like, but you don't upgrade. Like, it's still just CJ and Dame. Like, Melo's tight, but now Melo's pushing 40 damn near. You feel me? So like, what are you really doing for Dame and CJ? You brought Cantor back. He's played for everybody. Like, so yeah, can't say Portland. Denver, I mean, you guys are young. You guys have played with each other for a long, literally from the beginning of at this point, everybody on that team, I feel like from the beginning of their career has been on that team. And if not, they've been a veteran who's been brought in.
Absolutely. At least 4 years we've been together.
So I think that's a good nucleus, and I think that moving forward as well, like it would definitely be Denver and Denver.
Man, say that shit louder, man. Shit.
It'd be Denver and Dallas. Dallas would be good. But Denver and Dallas, I think those two in 2 years, not this year. I don't think nobody's fucking with us this year. If we don't win a championship, it's because
injury.
We didn't, injury, or something didn't click right on the chemistry side. As long as we get the chemistry right, I don't think we can be beat this year in a 7-game series.
Any team with LeBron, I have no issues about chemistry.
No,
and that's just true.
I'm saying, and that's why I say it'd be weird. Like it'd just have to be why it didn't happen. Somebody was that one person that could rub LeBron the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Or just make, like, I don't know. Trez, you better not fuck nothing up, nigga. You know what I'm saying? But Trez seemed like he fitting in perfectly fine. So
he seems like he fitting in fine. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna give mine Trez and the Lakers some I'm gonna give y'all something. I ain't gonna call it love, but I'm gonna give y'all some type of prop from what I seen from my Trez. I think this was actually last night when maybe last night or the night before when DeMarcus Cousins.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I seen one, he was calm. And it didn't happen with him. It happened with the Morris twin. But the fact that somebody like him who has a reputation of being like rambunctious and rah-rah, he was very calm. And he actually came to, the Morris twin, and he was the one that finally got him to lock in and to say, hey, calm down. You feel me? Like fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? That you need that. And what it tells me is them Clippers is fucked up because it wasn't so. I'm gonna be real, bro. They fucked up because it tells me that there was leadership in that locker room. It just wasn't coming from the leaders of the team, right? it wasn't coming from the best players, because what I seen in that brief moment with Montrez and the Morris twin is that no, you're stepping up as one of the guys to say, look, I got you. If anything, if this nigga really want to pop off, I got you. But we need you to be focused. Like, fuck that. It's already done. You feel me? Don't do that shit again, and just wait to see what they say. You know what I'm saying? And he got him to calm down. That lets me know that when he was in the Clippers locker room, he was doing the same shit in terms of pumping motherfuckers up. But if you got Kawhi Leonard, who's a damn mute, who ain't saying shit, and then you got Paul George, who ain't showing up, but then still want to be considered the superstar, and they not saying shit, it's like, bro, I can't galvanize this team. You feel me? Like,
they ain't galvanized, nigga.
They don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? So
situation though, in that situation too, since we're doing shouts out, I want to shout out Boogie, man, because Boogie showed me a lot of growth in that motherfucking moment.
Oh yeah,
and we all know Boogie for, you know, like that's what Boogie was known for.
Yeah.
And even after he's been kicked out of 2 games, I believe, so far this season, and in both instances, because he got kicked out later on in that game for swiping down hard on LeBron.
Yeah,
and
it was a dumb foul.
It was a stupid foul.
But it also shows you the greatness of LeBron, because he knew, oh, this nigga still hot, and he gonna still be wanting to foul. So let's
he got
kicked
out the game, but in both instances he didn't like retaliate, didn't even really try to lash back. He just walked off like, all right, like realizing, right, like it just is what it is. Like, it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what I argue. They made the call. I'm going home.
Yeah.
Like, and so shouts out to Boogie, man, because being somebody who's been in Sacramento, and I got the chance to meet him a couple of times at Sacramento events and see him live in games and shit like that. He's a very intense individual on that court. You feel me? Like, when he's on the court, he feels like he's the best player. He don't give a fuck who he's playing against. You know what I'm saying? And he always carried himself that way. But and it could be the injuries, bro. But he just seems very humble now. You feel me? And I would love to see, because he still carries himself the same way, but you show it in acts like this. You feel me? This is where you show that you've been humbled, though. You feel what I'm saying? Because you don't go the way you would go about it before.
Well, you know what? Now, I don't even want to say humbled, because then that it will make it seem like the world kind of put you down. But I would say it shows growth. It just shows growth. You feel me?
And appreciation for where you're at. Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
It definitely shows growth, because, you know, we can be humble, but his situation is a bit different. And I feel like for him being humbled, it would be like hurting to his pride. You feel me?
Nah, but let's keep it all the way real though, right? If you walk around arrogant, I'm the nigga your whole life, you feel me?
Yeah.
And no one can take that away from you, you feel me? And then you get injured not once but twice, and the second was on some fluke shit.
Yeah.
Life could be trying to humble you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, life did humble you.
Because it wasn't once, bro. It was twice, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I honestly feel like if I saw Boogie and we ever having the same conversation and I said those words, he wouldn't take no offense to it.
Okay.
Like, he would put that shit 100%. If I'm wrong, Boogie, and we ever meet, dog, or you see me again, you know what I'm saying? Let me know that I'm wrong. You feel me? Remember
who was that now? I don't know what event we was doing. We was doing some event. We were doing some event, and we met a bunch of the Kings players, and Boogie was not there, and I was mad. He was the only.
That was a celebrity golf tournament, I think.
It was, and he was like he was like damn near the only one that didn't end up coming around or something. Like, it hurt me, because he was the only one that I really wanted to see. I didn't care about none of the rest of them. You feel me? but yeah, bro. I'm with you. I'm with you on in terms of Boogie. I do feel like that he's gotten to a point in his career where he understands and where he appreciates, you know, a lot of what's come his way. So,
and that's why I love
man.
sport. People say sports ain't shit. Sports teach people life lessons, man, that sometimes life itself wouldn't be able to teach these people. That's why they're put in these positions, you feel me? Still learning through sports. Like that shit is, it's big.
Give me one.
You know?
I'm listening.
Big.
I mean, I'm listening to you, but I'm finna change out my headset.
Nah, it's good. You look like you concentrating hella hard.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You can hear me?
Nah, I still can't. Hold on. This gonna be edited out. This getting edited out for sure.
We need a blooper reel for sure. That's what we need. We need a blooper reel. Can't even hear me. What? So just make it.
You just gotta keep putting it on. All right. System. You can hear me now, bro?
Hearing you is never the problem.
What'd you say?
Hearing you is never the problem.
Oh, no. Right. You damn right. That was good. That was a good one. But
the end of this year, but putting out a blue. Keep all this shit. We put out a blooper.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep that shit. Cut that shit up. We can use that as promo. Okay. All right, man. We're back. Listen, we got one more topic for y'all. My phone is getting a bunch of text messages on some bullshit. Okay. Last thing, man, that we're gonna talk about is what we looking forward to. So you know, the things that we're looking forward to, and it don't gotta be anything anything heavy. You know, I know my response is certainly not heavy. But you know, what are we things that we're looking the most forward to start this new year, man, off right?
I got a couple things. Getting my girl business up off the floor. You feel me? With her custom hats and clothing, accessories that she's gonna have. You know, getting that going and seriously giving it a push. You feel me? Not something that's just like a startup and then we ran with it one time. You feel me? Because one thing I've learned about business is your first go at it, your first try at it might not be the run, but you know, you got to keep plugging away. You got to keep trying different things.
Got to stick with it.
Exactly. So just putting money into her projects and her thoughts to build stability, and then you know things to look forward to in the future. You know what I'm saying? As far as possibly actually making a business out of it to where she doesn't have to work a job or, you know what I'm saying, do things that she doesn't want to do. So that's something I'm looking forward to, and it ain't even for me, you feel me? But I'm just looking forward to seeing that shit take off because I think there's definitely some wings behind it. I'm looking forward to fucking eating in a restaurant again and not having to wear a fucking mask. Take my girl like a regular date and not one where I'm like just feeling weird because everybody else feels weird because we don't even know if we're supposed to be outside after 7 o'clock. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just that's what I look forward to. And then possibly uh I was thinking about it, possibly like maybe really taking a career serious this, you know what I'm saying, this year. Looking forward to that. Possibly getting into like a trade or something. But yeah, man, the thing I look forward to the most, honestly, is just continuous growth and in the business. I just want to see what we can do with this business and see where it could go because she's tight. She's got talent.
I think that's two. I mean, it's two things that obviously I support for sure, and it's things that we discussed before. You know what I'm saying? It always helps. It always helps. I mean, one of the reasons why even before the pandemic, why I've been able to you know be able to fall back once I made the move to San Bernardino is because essentially I have a trade. You feel me? To where I'm able to, yeah, okay, if you're not working, but you're still gonna be getting paid. You know what I'm saying? And that always helps. Because it frees up your time, it frees up your mind to be worried about how this next thing gonna come. And and then it's always good. It's always good to just have that shit in your back pocket. And of course, starting another business, you know what I'm saying, that you guys can start to push and cultivate on your own is nothing like obviously being your own boss. That's the main thing. You know what I'm saying? And filling a necessity in the market is key. But being your own boss, that it's no feeling like it to be able to say, nah, nigga, I'm gonna do this when I want to do it, and I'm gonna push this out the way I want to push it out. You know what I mean? It's hell, I'll tell you the truth. Even that's one of the reasons why, even when throughout the pandemic, when people were asking and pushing me to be like, hey, well, you know, drop the next book, and I'm like, look, next book done, next book been done, but I also gotta monetize that. You feel me? And if I know I can't move about in the manner that I was supposed to for this one, then I could just do what fucking Marvel did. Hey, Black Widow was supposed to come out. Guess what? It's not coming out right now. You gotta wait.
Not doing it.
Not doing it. I'm gonna wait until you feel me. I feel like it's the best position for this product to get the max value in terms of dollars. I don't, you know what I'm saying? It would be foolish for me to throw something out that I know ain't gonna garner what I needed to garner. You feel me? With the effort that I put into it. So, I say that to say like it's a good thing, to start building multiple streams of revenues and things that you actually, are the captain of. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be real with you, man. The thing that I'm looking forward to the most, you actually took one of mine, which was going out to just eat regular. You feel me? Because me and the missus, we ain't been out to just eat and and forever, because you don't have that option. And even when you want to do it, you like, do I want to take that risk And then with us having children, it's like, well, yeah, we could go out and sit amongst, we could sit 6 feet, however, they spread you apart at the restaurant, from other people. But then whatever we do and come in contact with, now we bring that back to the house. And it's different when it's just, you and another person, another adult to worry about versus you and an 11-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 3-year-old. You know what I mean? It's a big difference. So, yeah, I would love to be able to get back out and we didn't get to do shit for our anniversary. You know what I'm saying? I would love to be able to take her out somewhere, to actually be able to take her out somewhere. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. I ain't gonna lie, y'all know I can't go a podcast without mentioning it. Bunch of new anime coming out this year. Anybody that I'll tell you this, and I know you've seen it, bro. Anybody that doubted anime, fuck off his dick now. Because throughout this whole pandemic, the one thing that never stopped dropping? It's fucking anime. You feel me? Never stopped dropping. Nigga, they was dropping movies, they was dropping new shows, everything, bro. All year long. You feel me? They don't stop at all. You know what I'm saying? And that's even a kudos, to them and a kudos to their fans, because obviously they felt like, look, we ain't gotta worry about what everybody else worrying about. I haven't looked it up, but I would be eager to see the numbers in terms of how much revenue, that genre brought throughout 2020. You know what I'm saying? Because I would believe that it's the same as the year before, if not more. I don't think it took I don't think it took any dive whatsoever. So it's a lot of new shit to do that's coming out. And then of course the last one is actually the first that I spoke about, and that's putting out some more literature work. You know what I mean? We got a lot more stuff coming out in terms of products. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be send the pen products. We got more books, at least one manga that I'm trying to get an illustrator to finish off for me, because I started it. But I, as good of an artist as I think I am, drawing manga is a bit different. You feel me? Portraits I can do without no problem. You know what I'm saying? I can do live shit. That's different. But yeah, man, and putting out artwork as well. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure that I have at least one art show this year that I enter. So yeah, man, we got a lot going on, man. But I'm looking forward to those things. You know what I'm saying?
I would say I look forward to dropping some music this year, but like the way my life works,
yeah,
something always come up the way I gotta take care of something else before I could drop some music. But I would love to drop some more music this year. I have a project damn near done. You feel me? I just gotta get it mixed and mastered.
Yeah.
So that's another thing I look forward to. I would love to drop some music for everybody this year. Multiple
and to be able to actually go out and perform it.
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? So that's something I look forward to. I definitely look forward to that. And then obviously, you know what I'm saying, get back on this platform, man. I would,
of course.
I just want to keep furthering this. I know we took a long layoff, and I know me and both feel the same way. Not really apologetic, but we do feel like we kind of let y'all down. So we're gonna make sure we stay on this. We also have a special, you know what I'm saying, chat that you could join on Clubhouse. You feel me? If you go to the Clubhouse app, join the app, follow me at look_JG. The chat is already there, ready for you to go into. And basically, man, we're just gonna go in there and let y'all. It'll be me and Shu live. You feel me? On Thursdays or Fridays, really whichever one you guys decide. Hearing back from you guys on this episode will really help us determine that going forward. But yeah, man, just to recap, get your guys', you know what I'm saying, opinions, topic ideas. You know what I'm saying? We just want to hear more from you guys and let you guys know that at the end of the day, like, it's our voices, but the reason we do this shit is because we feel like there's people out there that don't get to be heard. You feel me? So this is our way of, you know what I'm saying, letting you guys kind of voice your opinion and be heard for, you know what I'm saying, an amount of time, into an amount of into a group of people that you know are like-minded. You feel me? I think that's the biggest part of that, and the way we can utilize Clubhouse is get everybody who's like-minded, and maybe even people who aren't as like-minded, but to then begin those conversations. So you never know, we could be the beginning of some type of change. You feel me? So look out for that. If you don't have it, go get it. Clubhouse, the app. I believe you still have to get an email verification to get verified to get in there. So if you miss out on this week, don't worry about it. We'll be picking up on next week too. That's still like a trial and error thing for us right now, man. We're just going with that as a kind of go, but we definitely want to make sure that we incorporate that for you guys. You know what I'm saying? The listeners and the followers. That way we're getting you guys' feedback constantly. So Clubhouse, get the app, get in there, follow me at look_JG. Get in that chat room, and then we'll get it booming either Thursday or Friday. Yeah, man. So look forward to that.
And it'll definitely be follow JG. Follow JG on the shit, because if you follow me, I am notorious when it comes, and I ain't gonna lie. This will be our segue out. But I am notorious on social media for not giving a fuck. And when I say not giving a fuck, I don't mean like, oh, he gonna get on there and he gonna talk all right. No, I mean like, bro won't even check his shit for like months on end. I'll tell you this, bro. I felt so bad, nigga, checking my Instagram. What was that? Like when you had posted for the podcast, right? I think like this past week. And I hadn't been on there, right, bro? Like I might go on there, like I can't even say once a week, bro. But I might go on there every so often, go on there, see who knew, then follow or whatever. I'm still trying to figure out how I unfollow people, because it's a bunch of people I want to unfollow. I'm keeping it real. I'm telling you, bro. So don't be surprised, nigga, when I hit you after this and be like, hey, bro, how the fuck do I delete all these people? Because it just be a bunch of bullshit, bro. I don't like it. Whatever. I don't want to do that shit. So I felt so bad because I checked my shit and I didn't know that there was a primary and a general message like section, right? So I checked the shit and I got a bunch of general messages from people that I didn't like. I guess if you don't follow them or accept their follow, you don't really see or some shit. So I never seen it. I never saw it as a notification or nothing. So once I followed that person and then I saw all the message, I'm like, damn, these people, bruh, it was like 10 people, bruh. 10 people over the past, I say 3 months that had hit me on some general message shit, and I never seen it, no nothing. I was oblivious to it. I didn't know, bruh, at all. Didn't know none of that shit. And I just felt so bad because I ended up seeing one not too long ago. You feel me? Real cool folks. You feel me? That I consider fam. You feel me? And I seen them. Trying to think at my uncle's services. I seen him at my uncle's services, and when I seen him, he was like, "Oh, hit me on keep in touch on social media." I didn't know he had already hit me on social media back then. You feel me? So now when I finally like go to my shit, this shit wild, bro. It sounds like an old ass nigga who don't know nothing about technology, but it ain't that, bro. I just don't care enough to know, right? So you feel me? But the shit just came into play like, oh, bro, probably thought I was curving him. I'm like, nah, but like I fuck with you.
But look, okay, but look.
Don't be on there, bro.
But that same thought process you just had, do you feel like maybe that's how old people feel? Like they just don't give a fuck.
Yeah, old people definitely feel like that.
That's what I'm saying. So like that's where that shit come from.
Like old people just don't.
They're like, bitch, I don't need to learn how to cook with an oven. I got this campfire.
Like, bruh, I'm sitting there like,
I don't care if that work quicker.
Bruh, I'm like, nigga, I don't be on I got a phone. Like, you can call and text. Like, I'm one of them nigga. Like, call, text me, bruh.
Yeah, I don't want to party out social media friendships. Okay,
no, bruh. Listen. I'm a great real life friend. But on social media, I realize I'm a terrible friend. I realize that now because when I seen that shit, I'm like, damn, bruh. I wonder how the bros be feeling when they be having shit going on, and I don't post. And it's like, bro, I'm not doing it because I don't want to post. I mean, because I don't want to support your shit. It's because, bro, I don't got the time and effort to be trying to post everything. It's just not in me.
Only the weirdos feel some type of way, brother. We good.
But I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
Don't be smoking. You know what I'm saying?
Like, bro, I really thought about that shit. Like, bro, I don't have that energy to do it. But I guess I gotta start. Is what I'm gonna say. I'll try to make more of an effort of going on there and checking shit and making sure that I repost and that I like people's shit, and because I guess that's what you're supposed to do now to show people that you care. You're not supposed to text them and call them and tell them, "Hey, bro, I love you no more." So I guess I gotta like every
favorite picture and be like, "Love you, bro."
Yeah, that's weird to me.
Yeah, I know.
I know. I don't know how I'm gonna adjust to this.
Got you.
That's all I got, bro. That's all I got for you.
With all that being said, it has been another episode of the Brother to Brother podcast with me, JG, and my brother.
Shoot, to infinity and then some. We'll catch y'all next time, man. You know what it is.
These are the days of my life. These are the days of our life. These are the days of our life. These are the days of our lives. You live in yours, I live mine. Take that bitch, break that bitch, stack your chips. They say we living like savages. These are the days of our lives. You ain't choose yours, I chose mine. Money and drugs, that's a deadly mix. Do what we got to for every cent.